Welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily, and in today's video I thought it would be fun to time myself while I crochet a poncho. I've made a couple ponchos recently. You guys have loved them, and I thought I'd time myself because it's a quick project. Over the weekend I set off to crochet, and honestly this was one of my goals in my weekend vlog that I will make sure to link here. I didn't get around to it, but I did crochet a whole linda top, like ribbing and a top. Like, that's crazy to me that only took me like 3 days to crochet, and I don't crochet all the time. I am a mom, I have a house to take care of, I have a pet, I have things to do. I'm not always crocheting, but I do get pockets of like 20-30 minute intervals that I can crochet for a little bit. That's what gave me the final push to time a poncho. Let's time it. I have my iPad that I'm going to use for a timer, and then this is the yarn I plan to use. This is the Loops and Threads Silky Soft Rind from Bamboo in the color Violet. I have 2 skeins. I plan on using a 4.5mm hook on my poncho. This yarn calls for a 4mm, but I like to size up a little bit just to make sure the drape looks nice. But this yarn, I'm not worried about drape. This yarn is the epitome of drapey. Honestly, the ponchos are, I think, the best thing that it's made for. I've never made one with bamboo cotton, which is why I wanted to try it. I've worked with bamboo cotton. I just feel like this project, they're best friends. Before we get any further, take your guess. How long do you think it's going to take me to crochet this poncho? Comment it down below before you finish the video. I'm curious to see if you're correct. I am gonna guess 5 hours. I might be off. I think my initial guess was 4, but 5 just seems safer and takes the pressure off of me. So let's see how long it actually takes me. Let's go. It is the next day, and I was able to crochet, oops, I'm taking out stitches, hold on. I was able to crochet this much. This is about, let's check the timer. That took me 3 hours and 33 minutes to make, and that was 1 skein of yarn. I'm a little nervous, guys, because I did make this a little bit shorter. Like, usually in my pattern I recommend making it 20 inches long. This is 19. This measures 23 inches, which means the finished product should be around 46 inches. So it's gonna be definitely a smaller poncho, a tighter fitting poncho. But I don't think that's a bad thing, considering more recently I've experienced my ponchos stretching out on me. So maybe if I make it a little tighter, it'll be for the best. But then also, I just gotta say, I don't know if over the camera I can like capture how yummy this is, how drapey, how just like quite literally made for ponchos bamboo yarn is. I don't know. And so then the other thing, real quick, going back to the yarn, is I am not buying another skein. I only have 2 skeins of this yarn, and one's here and one's here. So it's gonna be a small poncho. I also have this in another colorway. I think it's called Pink Pearl. When I work up another poncho in that color, I'll just make it more narrow. I'll maybe do more like 16-17 inches. Then now that I'm working it up, I feel like me timing this is fair, because I feel like I crochet fast. So I feel like giving me a thinner yarn and a smaller hook to test the timing will lead me to more of an average, I feel like, of what it might take somebody else, especially if you're a beginner. Because ideally, if you're a beginner, you'd be doing this with a weight 4 yarn. I don't know that I'd recommend weight 3 right away, but it's not awful. I love weight 3. I love the drape of a weight 3 yarn. Anyways, I am rambling now. Let's get back to crocheting. I'm gonna connect them together using a magic knot, and then I'm just gonna keep working and start my timer. I also feel like I need to recognize the fact that I said I didn't have a lot of time to crochet, but I put in 2 hours of crochet yesterday. I'm curious to know, what is an average amount of time you crochet in a day? I feel like 2 hours is a lot a day, especially with other things. I was able to crochet this morning for an hour. That was pretty nice. So I feel like, after saying I don't crochet much, that I obviously clearly do. So let's see if I can get this other skein done. I think I'm gonna be over the time that I originally guessed. Let's keep going. I can yap, guys. Let's go. guys, it is the next day, I believe. Yeah, it's the next day. I don't know what day it is. We're home at summer vacation. It could be Friday, it could be Tuesday. I don't know. I've made some progress on my poncho. Why do I feel like it's tripled its size? What? I mean, this is good because it needs to be working this way. I still have this much yarn left. It has been a total of 6 hours, 32 minutes, and 28 seconds. Let me tell you guys how close those buttons are. I scare myself. I need to like fully open the timer app so I can hit start. I have been petrified of accidentally hitting the X and erasing my timer. So let's just have a moment of appreciation that that hasn't happened yet. And knock on all the wood that it does not happen now that I've said it. Anyways, I want to measure how long this is so far. I don't know. Let's measure it. It's longer than this desk. Hold on, I might have to measure it on the floor. Give me a moment. So it's actually measuring right on track to be 46 inches that I hypothesized because based off of where that half point was. Anyways, yeah, it's around 40 inches now. I can imagine it's probably going to be close to 46 once this ball's done. Hopefully it pushes closer to 50, but if not, we've already talked about it. It'll be fun. It'll be good. Yeah, let me just continue to crochet so we can get this done. I'm excited. I love this color so much. I also want to include it in a batch of washing a bunch of my crochet wearables that I want to talk to you guys about. Anyways, I ramble. Let's go and crochet. A little bit later in the day and I have finished. I have finished my poncho with quite literally, guys, look, that's as much yarn I had left over. And I think that's going to be just enough to seam it up. I won't be able to do the single crochet around the neckline or the bottom. That's okay. I ended up measuring it and I think slightly because of like the pull of it, it is ending up at 49 inches. I'm sure if I blocked it and like insisted that the shape be a rectangle, like super consistent around the edges all the way around, it would probably end up being closer to 46, but because of like the weight of it when I hold it like this, I think it's stretching out more, if any of that makes sense. Now I'm gonna go and just seam it up, weave in the ends. It's really that simple. So I'll be back in a second to try it on. It is all done. I just stopped the timer as soon as I cut that last strand of yarn, and for a final time to crochet a poncho, it took me 8 hours, 6 minutes, and 13 seconds. A lot longer than I thought. Poncho has a much smaller neck hole than all of my other ones. Here it is, my poncho all done. It is so cute. I will get perhaps better footage to insert right here to show you guys what it looks like, but I'm really happy with it. It's such a soft fabric and it's so drapey, and I happen to like that it is a smaller hole up here. I'm not having to, I like that when I like that, you know what I mean? But all my ponchos are like that, so when I'm not feeling like that, I now have this poncho to wear. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoy this type of video of like me timing to see how long a project takes, I can definitely make more of these. I have one more poncho I want to make with that pink pearl yarn. After that, I think I'm all done with ponchos. I think after that next poncho, I'll have one for every dress in my wardrobe, like one to go with every dress. And that was the goal. I think accomplished. Thank you so much for being here. If you'd like to see more of me, you can find me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook, all under emz.stitches. I will have all this linked below. Until next time, I'll see you.